In a world where news flies around every minute, you need the ability to relate and connect with what matters and stay up to date. Schengen Story Media News Echoes program is Africans in Diaspora and at Home's leading English news network, one of the most trusted, respected sources for news updates on current affairs as they affect global Africa. Looking for the right answers to hard and sometimes confusing global events? Look no further. SSM's team brings unique perspectives from across the globe. Our in-depth independent reporting is to make you better understand the world as we evolve.
Better understand the world as we evolve. Yes, my name is Godwin Iwejuma, and you're here on Friday, the 20th of September, to better understand some of the world's occurrences. And with me this morning in our SSM Global Friday update is Sir George Chukwu. Sir George Chukwu, Toronto, Canada. How are you, big brother?
I'm just great. Good morning, Mike Godwin, and good morning, viewers from around the world, and welcome to our show today.
Nice,
George.
Fantastic one. See you. Yes, fantastic one indeed. I knew you would be the one at the other end. You know, when all the chips are down, George is always there. Thank you, George. Yes. George, it's a beautiful morning here in Milan. How's the weather in Canada this morning?
Actually, the weather has been extraordinarily good to us. You know, it's been warm, above usual, you know, usually by night, getting a little chilly, but now it's still very warm.
Okay.
You know, up until the weekend. So, you know, we are really enjoying it.
Wow, nice. Good to hear this.
Yes.
All right, George. Today is Friday. It's normal. Normally, what we do is the international update, but we'll start with some Nigerian news because it looks like good news too. We heard yesterday there's a $1 billion investment coming from Coca-Cola. The president was so excited. He was saying, yes, he has done it this time. Coca-Cola announced they will invest $1 billion into Nigeria economy for the next 5 years to create jobs, growth, employment, and all that. George, Coca-Cola, well, sugar, our health and all that, but investing $1 billion into the economy is not a bad idea. What do you think, George?
Well, it's not a bad idea. But you know, when it comes to our country these days, you have to be very careful, you know, how excited you are about news and those type of things. You know, for the past 14 months, we've had a whole lot of contracts and MOUs and everything else that, you know, you could think of hearing. You've heard it, but yet people are still suffering. So, you know, sometimes you become a little bit careful how excited you get when it comes to all these promises that are being made. So anyway, well, it is a welcome good news, and hopefully that type of news will trickle down to the bottom line of what people are feeling, the hunger, the you know, unemployment among the youths and all those type of things. So it sounds good in principle, but we have to be careful, and let's look and see what that does. $5 billion is not is it 1 billion? 1 billion?
1 billion, yes.
$1 billion it's not a drop in the bucket, but also, like I said before, we need a proper change. Promises are no longer working. You know, MOUs are no longer working. People, they need to feed. They need to breathe. You know, so we're, you know, I mean, I'm optimistic, but carefully optimistic. That's what I would say.
Carefully optimistic. Okay, before we go on with this very good top subject matter, let's bring in from Accra, Gold Coast, Ghana, the coastal line. Ogbeni Olayinkaraji. Good morning. Is it morning in Ghana?
Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Sir George. Good morning, viewers around the world. Sorry, I'm coming a bit late.
Olayinkaraji, this one is Ghana. Ghana must go. No, Ghana must come back.
Ghana has
Ghana must
arrived.
come back. Ghana must come back to Nigeria.
The man is looking real freshened up. I mean,
Very, very freshened up.
He's looking relaxed, and I mean, there's
Yeah.
nothing as good as having that rest of mind, and that shows on your face. So we know you're having a great time there. We know. Okay. Raji, yes, George just said some very important points. We're discussing what happened yesterday. Coca-Cola, that beverages company that manufactures Coke, Fanta, and some of those beverages worldwide, has come to invest $1 billion in our economy. And Tinubu was running with it, like he held his the winning ticket, the presidential ticket. He won that certificate. This is how he's showing this around. I've brought a business, $1 billion. But we're looking at the other side of it. Raji, what do you think? Is this going to bring us good? Is it going to add to the economy really? And considering the fact also that we're talking of Coca-Cola, I mean, it had some of these disadvantages. Sugar, soda. Tell us, Raji, what do you know?
I'm sorry, I'm not aware of the details of that investment. Okay. But just bringing $1 billion into an economy without me actually I don't know where they want to invest it. If they want to invest it in their business, it's not something that we are going to be so happy about. But where are they going to invest it? Investing so that they can produce sugar for their products, or so they can. It doesn't, as long as it's not going to impact on agriculture and looking for avenues for people to have some kind of engagement, employment. If they are coming to boost their own business, I don't think it's something for me to be jumping around about.
Well, if they say they are coming to boost our economy, and we know Coca-Cola is into beverages, so maybe they are looking into going to our farms, producing more of the sugar producing plants, the sugar cane. I don't know. This is how I'm looking at it, and probably also expanding Coca-Cola plants around Nigeria. George, do you think it will be on the agricultural aspect going to get
such promises like what Olayinkaraji is saying, such promises without in 5 years $1 billion. When you divide $1 billion, divided by 5, so what does that come to? So, and Coca-Cola, they've been in Nigeria for how many years? For decades. I was born with Coca-Cola in Nigeria. So it's not really like a new company is coming or whatever the case might be. I get excited when a modern technological advancing company comes to Nigeria where youths will be happy and they are investing and building a new infrastructure. Maybe if you really think about it, like what Olayinkaraji and what you just said, is it really a very fresh and very good and healthy product that they're producing? Or is it one of the ones that diabetes will just, skyrocket and people's legs are cut off because of the sugar contents in the Coca-Cola? I'm not, like I said, I am carefully optimistic. It's a good welcome news, but until we see, what it will do to the bottom line when it comes to the economy of Nigeria, number one, these are promises that are being made. Do we know whether, Tinubu is basically saying, why don't you just announce that you're going to do this and do that, you know, because he, you know, he's in need of some kind of positive news. We don't know what's
Yes,
going on,
yes,
and we
yes.
don't know what is going on.
Mhm,
You know, that's another
mhm,
issue there. You know, I can manipulate you into saying, I'm promising to, you know, put $1 billion in the next 5 years in Nigeria, you know, because we need such news, you know, because many corporations are leaving Nigeria. This might be some kind of incentive also for other companies to start thinking about coming in back into Nigeria, or those that left. But yet, the problem we have in Nigeria is that the country is yet not ready to welcome new businesses. Insecurity, all kinds of
mhm,
things are happening there. You know,
mhm.
unstable economy, financially, our currency is just, you know, it's dancing like one of those at logo, jumping up and down. So companies that are coming to Nigeria are very, very careful, because when you see people leaving, you know, companies that have been there for many, many years, they are leaving the country because of
Mhm.
the instabilities in different areas. Yeah, so when we hear such news, we have to be very, very careful. How, you
Okay,
know, and I'm being honest with you. So I'm carefully optimistic. That's what I can say.
okay. Thank you, George. Raji, is there any more thing you want to add to this? But you know, one thing is for sure, we need to expand. I mean, we need more inputs, economical inputs that will jumpstart our.
Samad,
But before we go on, Raji, before you go on, let's bring in BD, the Diva BD from Lagos, Nigeria. BD, you're welcome to SSM Friday International Update.
Good morning, everyone in the house. Saraji, Sir George, our viewers all around the world. Thanks for joining us again today.
Yes,
yeah.
thank you for coming too. Yes, Raji, go ahead.
Yes, you see,
Coca-Cola investing 1 billion.
the devil is in the detail. You know, they are investing 1 billion in 5 years, as
Mhm.
Sir George mentioned. That comes to $200 million every year. So what are the details of that investment? So it's not something for me to be. I'm not even optimistic, or as George is saying, guided optimism. No, I need to know the details. We have been told so many stories for too many times for us to, as an old man like me, to be jumping out just because I heard that somebody is investing 1 billion naira in the economy.
But
Okay.
by the way, before we
BD,
continue
yes.
on this, you know,
Okay.
if you really want to
Mhm.
listen to the details, you know, even the chief financial officer of Coca-Cola, Bojanovic, told Tinubu that Coca-Cola had since 2013 invested 1.5 billion in Nigeria, and the economy is still like it is. So I don't even know why we're jumping up and down. Since 2013, they have invested what? 1.5 billion, and they just, you know, promising to invest another 1 billion into the economy and in the next 5 years, and we're jumping up and down. You know, what's the good news about that? If they have invested 1.5 billion since 2013, and then now they're promising to invest another 5 billion, and we jumping up, and isn't that a crumb in the bucket? Just think about it. The economy is still as it is. People are still suffering. What we
That's
need is, you know, things that can touch the lives of the people and bring quality, good health into the economy and into the lives of the people. So, you know, if they have invested 1.5 billion since 2013, and about 11 years ago, and then all of a sudden you're promising to invest another 5 billion. Yes, it is a welcome news. You know, at least it's some kind of increase. But if 2013 1.5 billion, when you divide it plus what they're promising to do, what would it really do to the economy? And like Olayinka Raji is saying, that the devil is in the details. Because when you come out and make all this, you know, news, and the devil is in the details, and then all of a sudden you come and you start jumping up and down and laughing because, you know, it sounds kind of good in the face. What 1.5 billion in the last 11 years, what has it done for Nigeria? How has it improved the
straight
lives
up,
of the
straight
people?
up, straight up questions we need
Yeah,
to
what
look.
has it done for the people?
BD,
How much
yes.
employment? How much employment
Let's
have that
hear.
actually done for the
Yes.
youths and for those that are in need of jobs.
BD, we want to hear from you. You are there in Lagos. The news was all over. Everybody was so excited. $1 billion investment from Coca-Cola in Nigeria. What's your take on that? Even though there's a background noise from your end, I don't know. But go ahead. Let's hear you.
See, I don't even know how to describe Nigerians. Yeah, Nigerians, some people who don't understand what this meant. And you remember when they made this pronunciation, they said they made a comment that this is not the first time they are making investments into Nigerian economy. They've already invested 1.5 billion naira a few years ago, 2014 to be precise. 2014 to be precise. 2014 to be precise. Now, nothing to show with that. Do you understand? And they said it's because the environment is not enabling. I think Coca-Cola is somehow passing message across to Nigerians. But the thing is that we will not listen to that. Our focus is just on the naira, on the money, on the $1 billion that is coming into Nigeria. These people have made their offer and they're telling us the environment is not enabling, because if the environment is enabling, they might not need to bring this 1 billion they are bringing now, $1 million. So I think Nigerians, rather than jubilating, rejoicing, we should go back to the drawing board and make sure that our environment is actually enabling. Now, for this coming from them, it's not a news, because it's what each and every one of us knows. The environment in Nigeria is not enabling for businesses. I'm telling you, this $1 billion will come and we will share it. In the next 2 years, ask us, we might not be able to give account of this money or what it was used for. So I don't think we should rejoice for anything.
Okay. So you're all saying the same. There's no point getting excited over this. Moreover, the Coca-Cola product is more of those sugary, diabetic-related products. And we don't want our people to get consumed in this whole thing. If they are coming to probably look into other aspects, George, let's take it that they are coming to look at other aspects in this business line too, because there are more business line now as connected to beverages. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, BD. Let's move on to more stories around that in Nigeria before we come to the international one. The past 2 days have been interesting in Abuja. There is a governor right there in the southwest middle belt of Nigeria, Kogi State, former governor Yahaya Bello, that has been declared wanted by the financial EFCC, Financial and Economic Crime Commission. We're making attempts to arrest him. We saw those videos, gunshot, boom, 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 and also fire back from his own team, from the present governor's team, that is more like a stooge to Yahaya Bello. It's interesting to see all of this. Let me start with Raji. How can a governor be called out to come and give account of his expenses, his expenditure while in tenure, and he's reluctant, he's hiding, he doesn't want to come because there's something on his sleeve? Tell us, Raji.
The whole thing seems to be such childish drama that Yahaya Bello has been on the run since the last elections in Kogi, which was probably in April or earlier. Mm-hmm. He has refused to bring himself to EFCC. Eventually, about 2 days ago, he came to EFCC office in a convoy with the sitting governor of Kogi State. He had an engagement with the people at EFCC, and he was allowed to leave, only for EFCC to attack his residence later in the evening with all those gunshots. If he has come, the EFCC is telling us that because he came with the sitting governor, because he came in a convoy, that wasn't the way he was supposed to report. But I remember when Fayed was invited to EFCC, and Fayed made the whole drama out of the whole lot by coming to the EFCC office with a whole group of people, including Governor Wike from Rivers State, to ensure that he does not come to any harm. And he was taken in by the EFCC, and he was questioned, and whatever happened. So why didn't the EFCC people take in Bello when he came in a convoy, only for them to attack his residence in the night, in the middle of the night, and start firing shots?
Only for them to attack and fire shots. George, but one thing is, if your hands are clean, wherever you are called on, you will boldly walk in. But if your conscience is smeared, your hands are.
It doesn't matter. It's not a matter of conscience. He came to the office. He was not taken in by the EFCC people. There's a lot of drama. Forget about conscience. Forget about whatever your hands are clean.
That coming with with somebody, but he's still not pure. That's not what
Fayed did the same thing.
Yes,
I don't know why
that's why we have to call this. We have to put this to order. We have to say it as it is.
So let's make a comment. You are dominating the whole discussion.
No. I know where I'm going to. Don't tell me that, Raji. Why I'm saying this is you don't have. We know the spreadsheet surrounding Yahaya Bello. I have it here, and you let him come through. Let him come all alone and defend himself. He doesn't need to come with anybody.
Why does he have to come alone? Why does the EFCC have to decide for him how he comes to their office?
No, it's about him. George, go ahead. Let's hear George, like Raji said. George, tell us what's your view on this?
No, this is a drama of the first kind. I mean, we know what is going on. Okay, all we know is that there's a video of him in Abuja in the EFCC building, and they paraded themselves around, and they said they went in, and they said that after they went in and they cleared, and then they left, and then later on at night, this is what we are seeing, a video of him there. We didn't see him. There was no video showing him inside the EFCC office or inside anybody having any interaction. All we saw was a video of them in the building, in the compound of the building, and then that was the end of it. If they went in, we don't know. If there was any discussion had, we don't know. If the sitting governor now went in with him, we don't know. All we know is that we saw the video of him outside, and after that he left. And later on at night, we also heard that there was some gunshots or whatever the case might be. Some news is even saying that they arrested him, that he is in their custody. We don't know. So all these things are drama. And let me tell you the reason why it's such a drama. It's orchestrated, it was pre-planned, and it was actually money must have gone somewhere under the table to allow this, drama to, fester around, and then people going back over there in the evening and shooting gun. Why are you shooting gun in the air? Was there any military man there shooting at you that you gotta shoot gun in the air? These are nothing but they're just trying to play with our mindset. This is what you call Nollywood, Nollywood operational procedures and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't make any sense. Think about it for a moment. This man, how long ago did he actually show, they've been looking for him? Forget. If he was a common man, he would have been arrested, a long time ago.
Yeah. So
why is by the way, why is EFCC chairman still there? He made a promise that if he does not apprehend this man many months ago, that he will resign, and he's still sitting there. Come on, this is a joke.
Let's hear BD. The man has been hiding for months and months now, and finally he came out, and all of this drama. Tell us how are you seeing it from Lagos?
What is happening between Yahaya Bello, Nigerian government, and EFCC is the pure indication that we live in a lawless country.
Thank you.
This is a country where law does not exist. We were told that as a governor, you have immunity, and once you leave office, that immunity expires. Yahaya Bello committed a crime On 15th of April 2024, the EFCC declared him wanted. Are you declaring somebody who is in Nigeria? They know where he was. He's in Kogi governor's office. Yahaya Bello moves around, attends events, they seize him, and they declare him wanted. So it's showing us one thing. It's about who you know in Nigeria. It's about who are you. It depends on your personality, who you are, determines how Nigerian government will handle your case. It's obvious that Nigerian government don't want to arrest Yahaya Bello. They are just doing all this face living. Let Nigerian life feel like, oh, they're arresting him. In this country, we are told that once you join an APC, your crime is forgiven. If this man was to be an ordinary person, we won't be talking this thing we are talking. Now, Yahaya Bello, on his own, walked into EFCC office, interacted with some EFCC officers, and they said they don't know anything. Are you hearing me? They said they don't know anything. He walked away out of that office. The same day, EFCC packed their cars and went to Kogi Government House Lodge in Abuja, laying siege, trying to arrest this man. Is that not madness? So it shows us one thing. We live in a lawless country. And it becomes law when the person involved does not matter. But when the person involved matters, you get away with everything. So that is actually what is happening in this country. So the thing is that they should stop this drama and let's get in something serious. They don't want to arrest this man, so they should stop giving us all those drama. We don't want it.
Thank you.
By the way, all this stuff we're saying is all alleged. None of them is fact. We don't know how factual they are, even to the point of them going to shoot gun and all those type of things. And when they all these things are, because we don't know whether he went into the EFCC office. All we know, we saw him in the compound. We don't know whether he went in, whether it was all planned, discussed, came, move around, turn around and leave. So all these are office with the EFCC. Why did they take a video outside and never took one inside?
Okay. Viewers, that's what you're seeing there. The night of the raid, channels had Channels TV network had coverage of it. Why we are bringing this on the Diaspora network is because it's high time we really begin to put things into real perspective. I mean, if somebody has done something and you're looking for him, you want him.
Oh my God! Nigeria is a joke. Nigeria is a joke. Nigeria is a joke.
I like this video you played because I have it. Do you understand? So there's nothing alleged in this case.
That's why
everything happened. It was real. But you know, Nigeria is the only country. Nigeria is the only country where they will have a video footage and they'll still be wanting a proof. It's only in Nigeria. There will be a video footage and people, they still want a proof. Do you understand? Now, another one I want to talk about. What's the need of that gun? What's the need of that gun they were shooting? A trained police officers. Why are they shooting that gun? Tomorrow said is a mistake identity or is a misfired. Why are they shooting that gun? Those are trained officers.
Thank you.
This country.
Billy, hold tight. We know that guns were being shot. We know that they said they went to Asokoro. That's what they said, and the guns were being shot. Was Yahaya Bello in that place where they went to? Because the Kogi governor, the sitting governor right now, they allegedly went with him. We saw it in the video that when they went there. And then all of a sudden, what we saw was a bunch of gunshots in the air. Do we know where they went to shoot that gun? And what was all the gunshots being recorded and, these are games that these people are playing.
No, George, listen. We do something called proof editing here. We check things. Now that was the
what I'm saying
George,
is
let me because
this is investigative reporting.
Big brother, listen to me. When you use the word alleged, it looks as if we probably don't understand what we're also doing here. Now, that was the governor, Okogi Governor House in Abuja. And when you go deep into that video, you've probably not seen the video very well. A group of men came out again and started combating with these people that was shooting. And those group of men were, they said, Kogi State government official security team. So there is no allege here. This is real occurrence. Channels was there. Arise TV was there. Some of the big network TV were there. So we can't be playing.
Why were the TV people all over there? The whole thing is state managed.
No.
Listen. No. I totally disagree to that. No. I totally disagree to that. I totally disagree with that.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's not listen. That's why you're press men. That's why you're journalists. Don't come and say things allegedly and all that. It kills your professionalism, your work. That means you don't know what you're doing. That means you shouldn't even be talking
you can say alleged.
You shouldn't be talking to the public if you're also saying things in the way that you're making people guess. I mean, come with the proof. Tell people the fact. Do your background check, and that's how it is. George and Raji. Thank you. Yeah. So.
Elevate your new week, fuel your success.
Thank you. We had to calm down. It's all good. What we're doing is keeping our people abreast with situations. But really, I want you to do more background check, and let's not come and tell people allegedly and all that. It kills what we do here. Now let's move on to more stories. There's the 79th session of the United Nations General Assembly. It's been running since Tuesday, and the highlight of the day of the event will be next week, 24th of September. Now we have our president who will not be there, and this is the first time in history that United Nations General Assembly is going on, and the president is declining to be there. Rather, he has appointed the vice president Shetima to deliver the Nigerian statements, the speech on that day. It's a strange thing to see that where duty calls, where our president should be at, he's declining to be. And where that doesn't really make sense, trips that doesn't really bring anything, he will go and carry his crowd. Let me start with BD. Shetima will be presenting us at the 79th session of the United Nations General Assembly. Crucial event, and Shetima will be there. How do you see this?
The general debate will be taking place on Tuesday, 24th to Saturday, 28th September, and we end on 30th of September, 2024. Now, there's a statement you made. You said when it comes to things that is not relevant, the president will be there. But when it comes to something that's irrelevant, he will step back. Oh, thank God we will actually have a vice president that is outspoken, you know. So it says it all. I don't know what else you want me to say. Our president is weak. I wouldn't want to use the word old. He's weak. Do you understand? Even when we send him, even if he goes, have you watched him several times? He's finding it difficult to coordinate, and you don't have anybody to blame. It's age, it's nature. Do you understand? It's old. His man is old. It's nature. So, and I'm even happy he realized this and renegotiated it to VP to go, because if he go there, you know what it means. A whole United Nations General Assembly. It will be a very big stain on us. So thank God he realizes that I can't withstand this thing, because he needs to stand and make some presentation. So he has sent Shetima to go. And I pray that our Shetima doesn't wear that suit he used to wear.
Yeah, George. It's close to you there. New York is the location, and we know United Nations headquarters is in the United States. Such events, yes, United Nations hasn't done much for us and for most countries, we know, but such events should be well represented. The president is the man to be there. George, how do you see this?
That's why you have the office of the vice president. When the president is unable to do something like that, the vice president will go. Now, we have been complaining that the president is run around the world while there is chaos in Nigeria. And then all of a sudden, here is something that is very important. And he's sending his vice so he can stay back and man the country the way he's supposed to. We are complaining. When are we going to be? What are we going to be satisfied with? Because I mean, let the vice president go and represent us. His presence in the UN General Assembly will not add any penny, any kobo to our what we're doing in Nigeria. So I'm not sure the reason why he's not going. Maybe it's health in reason, or maybe he's staying back because of the chaos that is going on in the country. So either way it goes, that's why the vice is there to represent. So let the vice go. The vice is even more, is more articulate when it comes to speeches. The president is not, as articulate as, the vice. So I'm glad that, vice presidency going there, but whatever internal reasons why he's not going and the vice is going, I think it's still the same thing. That's why the vice is there.
That's why the vice is there. Yeah, go ahead, Raji.
I agree with BD and with Sir George. And I want to modify Sir George's statement that the president is staying back because of the mess that is around us now. I want to say that of the mess that he caused, rather than the mess that is around us, because he caused the mess, and it's better for him to stay back and fix the mess. I agree with BD again that the president is not coordinated when he's making speech, and it would have been a great embarrassment for him to have gone to the United Nations and to be rambling the way he rambled. Thank God he had the good sense to send the vice president to go and represent it. It doesn't necessarily have to be there. The president doesn't necessarily have to be at the United Nations General Assembly. Yes.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. So that's it, viewers. 79th session of the United General Assembly. It's been running since 10th of September. It will end 30th of September. And it's right there, not too far from Georgia, United States, New York, United States of America. Viewers, this is it, Friday Global World Update. Gentlemen, let's come to a very serious issue. This is now going international. The Lebanese can no longer hold their phones. Lebanese can't touch their phones. Lebanese are scared of their phones exploding. They can't touch their laptops. They can't touch. It's crazy, Judge. But we see that story. Let's see. Bolaji from Bolaji watching us. One of those on view now says, "What if it is Yahaya Bello's team that carried out this drama by themselves?" Bolaji,
Thank
what
you.
if it's that's Bolaji Latif? Bolaji Latif is saying this, that what if it is Yahaya Bello that carried out this drama by themselves? Okay. Yes, George and Raji were saying this could all be set up to make it look like But one thing we know is that there's confrontation, two confrontations, and we don't know if it's all part of the setup. But I saw a team of Kogi State government security team and EFCC security team clash, had arguments, shouted at themselves, So if they are playing us a game, well, that's their own foolishness. Because I mean, what do we stand to gain? It's them. So that's it. Bolaji, thank you for putting in that comment. Bolaji, thank you for following us. Bolaji is following us from one part of the social handle. Gentlemen, this is it. Lebanese are scared. Computers, devices, phones, nothing can they touch again. Everybody's keeping up things. Before we continue, maybe we need to just see a video if you guys don't mind. I hope the network will not block it. The network is always blocking things. Let's see this video. Okay, what you're seeing there is a young man that went to a store and was going to pay for something. And while he was trying to do that, his pager signaled. And he took this pager, he was checking the pager, and the pager exploded right into his face. All around Lebanon, this whole same occurrence is happening. People are being, people's phones, people's laptops, these are views because of people and what those have been exploded. Whole of Lebanon is having this explosion. Pagers, walkie-talkie, computers, everything is blowing up in their face. So let me start with George. Let's cue the video. George is a new star. But listen, in all of this, Israel has not come to accusations are flying to Israel.
That's what I was
Israel
about to say. They have
anything,
not claimed responsibility for any of this. They have not claimed responsibility, but everybody, everyone knew that no one could have done this but them. And the question now is, how were they able to penetrate into this? And you see, when they operate like this, they are very, very patient. They will implant something and they will wait patiently, and the person will be going and coming, not knowing that something is about to happen. And this is exactly what happened, because we know that when after this particular saga took place a couple of days ago, and it was rumoring that Israel did this, about how many 30 or 13 people or 12 of them died and several were wounded. So the following day they were threatening to retaliate. So yesterday Israel started bombing Hezbollah, and they just every single place where they were planning to retaliate from, they were able to attack them and destroy all kinds of infrastructures and their military might. They weakened them actually, and they're not saying anything, and they will not say anything. The one thing I can guarantee you is that based on their preparation, they are ready. That if these people attempt again to do something, they will retaliate without saying anything. But the question is, when will all of these things stop?
When will all of this
ever stop? Because people are dying daily. People are dying. The head of the Hezbollah came out and made an announcement. He's no longer seen anywhere. He can never do any live videos. He will prepare it and then they post it. So when will all these things stop? Why can't we just all live in peace and allow the common man?
Keep talking. Yeah, the video is unmute your phone and keep talking. When will all of this stop? The video you're seeing there, viewers, is these are signals to the explosions that have been going on in Lebanon. All around Lebanon are all these explosions going on. George, it is actually 32 people that so far have been dead, have been killed by this explosion, children and adults, and thousands have been injured. Raji, when will all of this stop? George is putting. What's the concrete reason that Israel is behind this?
First and foremost, I would like us all realize that we are all at a level of insecurity that could be engineered by the devices that you hold. Every human being with an electronic device that can get onto the internet or onto the communication medium is an element in the internetworking of all devices in the country. So if you have a phone, you can be identified and isolated. As long as you have a phone, you are attached to that phone by the electronic means. You can be identified. So what is happening is a simple thing. It's the same thing with all this mRNA microbots that have been injected into people. We are all elements in the internet network. So I'm not surprised that the Israeli technology is very, very deep, especially when it comes to this kind of attack, electronic attack. Now coming to why can't we all live in peace? There have not been a demonstration for peace. There have always been a demonstration against war. And in the Middle East situation, I want to believe that none of the people in the Middle East, every person in the Middle East are afraid of peace, because when there is peace, their life will be disrupted. They have been so made to be in a state of insecurity, so that when there's suddenly peace, they may have serious problems, psychological problems. So this thing about peace is very, very important, and that it should be educated. People should be educated that peace to live as human beings. In this state, we are all living like animals.
Yes,
you wake up in the morning, you are not even sure whether you are alive the next day.
Oh dear. Yes, that's it. But it's really hard. One of the argument is that the batteries in those walkie-talkies, in those phones and everything, were laced with highly explosive compound. And it was also impossible for the Lebanese people to detect that. But the accusations are flying to Israel. Do you think it's an intentional plan? Because Israel has not said anything about this. And do you think it's just this Hezbollah-Israel issue, and they are now accusing Israel?
Sorry, before you go on, you see, lithium batteries are programmable. Lithium batteries, most equipment we have now have lithium batteries. We can address a lithium battery.
Okay, BD, yes.
That's why we should all be concerned about this, because even as of now, Israel, they've not made any comment, they've not said anything, but all the accusing fingers is at them. They've not said anything. And you notice that from this thing, it's more on the southern suburb of Lebanon. That's where this explosion is taking on from. It's more on the southern suburb of Lebanon. And not just on the walkie-talkie. Recently, there was one I watched yesterday, this morning. You saw those explosions happening in the cars in that southern suburb of region. Some explosion happening in the cars. So now you're saying it's a battery thing on a phone. And I will ask some questions. There was no phone in that car. So how come it's happened in the car too? Or probably because some people were asking some questions. They said there was not phone, that the phone was okay. The phone in the car was okay. You know, when the explosion happened, if it had emanated from phone, you will see that the phone, but the phone was still okay, and there was an explosion in the car. So I think this is a very serious thing. And if this should let slide, it might extend to other places, because this might be like a test running. They are trying to test run this, and it's working. So I think it should be taken serious. I'm telling you, because if you see the videos, if you see what is happening in Lebanon, more especially the southern suburb, it's a very serious thing and should be taken seriously.
So,
okay, you know
okay.
what, you know something, okay, the gold Apollo was being accused because they was being alleged that they were the ones that manufactured these devices. And remember that Hezbollah came out openly and said that they are discontinuing using regular telephone, that they're going to be using pagers and all this walkie-talkie because it's undetectable. So when they ordered these products from from Taiwan, now they were denying yesterday that they were not the ones that actually manufactured this, but they gave the authorization to another third country company, which is Back Consulting KFT. That they were the one that manufactured this. So the possibility that they were infiltrated during the manufacturing of these products is very high, because I don't know how, if this is undetectable, how is it that every single one of them were all done at the same time? So maybe all we're saying is maybe, and this is what is being suggested, that possibly there was an infiltration into the manufacturing of all these gadgets when they were being manufactured, and something must have been laced in it. And and because the truth of the matter is, nobody actually can tell you exactly how this was orchestrated from the onset up until now. All we're saying, we're just assuming. But the company in Taiwan, already, sent a disclaimer that they were not the ones that did it. It was KFT that actually manufactured this. So whether there was an infiltration, we don't know. But all we know is that it did happen, and more than 30 people died, and so many were injured. So,
and probably more people will be dying. Now, the young lady you see on that screen is the head of a company somewhere. She's English. She's a British woman, a British lady, but she heads the company they say produce those walkie-talkie. And what they are saying, what Hezbollah is saying is, yes, that she confirmed that, yes, those walkie-talkie were laced with explosive. Well,
Wow.
George would say, we're still following this whole story, but what we know is it's not a good news at all. Lebanon is under siege. Airstrikes are also happening now. Israel has started some airstrikes because Israel feels this whole allegation is just coming to them. All right, gentlemen. Let's move on to some other stories. Right, not too far away from me, where Fiona stays, is an accusation that has come on a very prominent person. That is the late Mohamed Al-Fayed. Late Mohamed was the former Harrods boss, and he was an Egyptian businessman that lived in the UK, that was a British citizen. Remember, his son was the one that was killed with the Princess Diana in that ghastly accident. Now, women are coming out and are saying that this man you see on the screen molested them. This man is a dirty man, like they use the word, and he did some terrible things to many of them. George, let me start with you. Why do women come when they come out when probably the person is not there to speak? And probably, now 4, 5, 6 women have come out and
there are
accused.
20 of them. 20 of them, they said also. Number is about 20, and that all the allegations, all alleged. Because we don't know, the man is dead. And the family is still fighting over the over the inheritance. So we don't know. We don't know. It is very possible that these people also feel like they are part of the family. Therefore, they want their own portion of the inheritance. We don't know. Why did they wait? Why didn't they come out when the man was abusing them? Why did no one else say anything? Why one individual never came out to say a single word? There's, all the allegations that he was manipulating them, he was doing this, he was doing that. None of them came out to say anything. Now that he's dead, now the inheritance is being fought against, and they begin to bring all these allegations. The new owner of that company actually has apologized to the women, because what can he do? He wasn't the man that was, in charge then. So, all these things sometimes I do not know. The world we're living in right now is a very dangerous world because money motivates a lot of people. So we cannot say emphatically, how can they prove what they are alleging right now? Are there any videos or anything? So we don't know. We don't know.
We don't know. Yes.
We don't know.
Now, it's crazy because these things it keeps happening in history, human existence. We've had this happening. We're still watching and following up with PDD, Pop Daddy, the man, the entertainment man, and now we're hearing this. Raji, when you hear things like this, what do you say? Fayed raping women.
Sometimes I wonder how women get into situations where they now turn around to accuse somebody, especially somebody who has been dead, of whatever sex crime was committed on them. It is not fair to the dead man. Why didn't they talk when he was alive and he could have defended himself? And sometimes I also think that it's a kind of something to actually to discredit the person after he has died, because all this he could have defended himself while he was alive. Why did they wait until he was dead before?
Defending himself when he was alive. Why did they have to wait? BD, why do women wait until damages are done before coming out? Why don't we have them also come in the heat, in that real time when it's happening, and they say the person comes out, hey, look at what is happening, like we have of PDD, if not for some videotapes that is now coming out. I mean, tell us, BD, why do women wait till damages have been done, years past, the person is dead, and they will come and tell us this?
Women cannot speak when they are molesting them, intimidating them, or humiliating them, because power and influence is at play. Yes, a lot of women, when these men come after them, these men are men of influence. They are women of power. Do you understand? So the people they're intimidating, they're molesting, they're humiliating, they are stronger than them in social status, financial status. So they can't speak. Do you understand? And most times when you have an attack, when somebody attacks or when something happens to you, sometimes you need time to come to terms with you, that to quite agree that, oh, this thing actually happened to me. And a lot of people, most people need to get healed before they can speak. Do you understand? Some people need to get healed before they can speak. Most people don't speak at the peak of their problem. You need to give them some space. They need to heal. They need to, be stabilized emotionally, psychologically, before they can speak. So this man, if you have followed his profile, this man is a very strong personality. He's a social man. He's strong. He has everything. So who can challenge him? Who can speak? Not just this man. Let me tell you, when I started my career, I was involved. I was close to some people. I won't mention them. And they told I met a woman who was telling us how a president of this country molested her in Aso Rock. I'm telling you, I was the one who was telling the man, why can't you speak up? He said, you want them to kill me and my family. Do you understand? Now it happens. Influence, power. When they are molesting these women, they are bigger than them. They can't speak. So they can only speak when they feel they have the power, they have the strength. And some of these women you are seeing coming up now, they don't need his money, but they just want to. And some things about molesting people is that most people actually need to speak about it for them to be totally free. I'm telling you. So that is why most of them are not speaking. Now, listen, let me give you an example. Let me finish, Sir George, sorry. Let let me give you an example. Our TV Joshua in Nigeria, when he died, a lot of people came out to speak up. Those people, it does not mean that they were not seeing all he was doing, but he was influential. He was strong. They couldn't speak. Do you understand? They saw the few who spoke. What happened to them? The way they ended. So that is why a lot of people don't speak when these people are alive, or maybe probably they waited till when they have gotten themselves, they now start speaking. That's why people don't speak. It's not as if that they were lying. Most times people are not lying against these people.
And most times they are lying. Most times they are lying. Most times people, they get upset against the men, because let me tell you something. I have seen so many threats against men by innocent men. A woman will just say, I will destroy your life. I will do this. Let me tell you this. Stop. Excuse me. What you are saying, we are not denying that there are the Me Too movement and all those type of things does exist. But there is, I'm talking about some people that have actually gotten upset over somebody and accused them falsely, unnecessarily, because they're upset. So don't say emphatically that this is, the way it is with everybody. Sometimes money is the motivation behind some of these things you're seeing. Fame is the motivation behind them, because they want to write a book, they want to do this and they want to do that. Let me tell you, if people sometimes do this, there are two sides to it. It's a double-edged sword. So if we cannot bunch everybody in one basket and say all of them are, they are all, innocent, or all of them are all guilty. No, some women will come out. Money can motivate women to do things. So there are so many of them. So there is no one size fits all in this particular situation. So I
totally agree with you. Yes. I totally agree with you. And that's why when I was speaking, I said most times, and I expect you to say sometimes, not most times in the case of the reverse. Sometimes, we'll have some few women who are evil in nature. Do you understand? But most times it is true. But sometimes we have some women who have evil intention. And like you said, they will tell the man, I'll deal with you. Now, before a woman will tell you, I'll deal with you, you would have somehow stepped on her before she will say, I deal with you. No woman can. I cannot wake up and now say, no, I cannot go and say, I'll deal with you. You must have one way or the other. Sometimes, let me tell you, I used to tell people, say, the best way to live your life, when people offend you, tell people they have offended you. Most times, we offend people without knowing. Yes. Most times, we offend people without knowing. So, it's really the best interest of us and people that offend us or we offend to be kindly enough to tell us, oh, you actually offended me. Most times we offend people without knowing that we have actually offended people. That's why I said it should be, the word should be sometimes, not most times. I quite agree with you. We have some evil women.
Raji,
yes, I hope this one will not make me look misogynist, but because the nature of woman is evil. The nature of woman is evil. And most women, when they accuse a man, sorry, my mother is a woman. My mother was a woman. I have sisters, I have wives. But no, let's be frank. As George has said, I've had cases where a woman had accused a man of rape. Meanwhile, the man was nowhere near her, and the man had been. The man's career was destroyed. Men's careers have been destroyed by accusations of rape. So listen
to this, though. SJ Ellis is saying that women should always be believed. Women should always be believed when it is proven in the court of law. But the point is that they can destroy a man's life just by one statement alone. And that is what is going on with the Me Too movement. So we got to be very careful how we do this. How many men, how many women, even today, when you discuss with men, they will be telling you certain things that, some of these stars do. You know how they will use condom to sleep with a woman and put the condom in a waste basket? That's a no-no. Because that condom can be taken by that woman, tied, and then go and put that thing in their womb. So many of these basketball stars,
why must you sleep with the woman? Say, go to your house and sleep with your wife.
If you're not married, If you're not married but you're a star, you don't have to be. If you're not married and you're a star and you sleep with a lady, and then
One girlfriend now, you get one girlfriend. You get one girlfriend and stick to her.
No, hold tight. These women are going after these guys because they are stars. They got money. And when they throw those condoms in the basket, they will take it and go and inject, put it into them. Some of these stars will come and tell you, I use condom. How did that happen? But because they do these things. So, when we put all these things and put it on one side as if men are always guilty, that's not true. Some men are innocent. Some men are innocent.
We're looking at the percentage. And each time people talk about stars, I always cite example with Messi. Messi is a star. Do you understand? Can people emulate good people? Sometimes we tolerate and encourage evil attitude in the name of being a star.
What's Messi? What's Messi?
The footballer. Okay. Do you understand? Okay. Is he not a star? One of the best stars in the world globally. He sticks to one woman and he was a star.
Let's wrap it up with this last topic. Thank you. Beautiful. You all said it well. Anyway, let's see how the British government and the legal system will handle this. These women coming out to say Fayed raped them. Finally, let's look at our own Melania Trump. Melania Trump has launched her book titled Melania. And in that book, she's proudly putting her nudity out and saying there's nothing wrong with people showing their body. Gentlemen, let's wrap it up with that. George, you are a social discussant. You talk on issues like this. Is it okay to put out your body in the nude? She said, this is how God created us, no point being ashamed of how you look. And the book seems to be getting some attention. She said, are we no longer able to appreciate the beauty of the human body? That she also brought out some artists that have displayed their human body. And she said, we should honor our bodies. We should embrace the timeless tradition of using art as a powerful means of self-expression. So these are the words of Melania Trump. Raji, start with you. 1 minute each for each person. Our time's gone. Raji, you think it's okay to...
No, but you have to know the history. You have to know our history. You have to know our history. You have to know how she met Trump. I don't have anything to do with putting her under a moral judgment. Whatever she thinks is good for her, let her do it. Just that because she is in public eye, she's expected to certain behavior that will influence young and impressionable ladies. Therefore, it is expected of her to be held at a higher moral value than most other women. But there's nothing much I can say about her decision.
Thank you. George, what's your take on this?
To whom much is given, much is also expected. If she made a mistake when she was younger, and now she was the first lady, and vying to be a first lady again, much is expected of her. And if they claim to be Christians, much is expected of her from that aspect of it too. So that's all I can say. But I mean, just every one of us here got moms and dads. So if your mom is the one is displaying her body when she was when she was younger, gets married to your dad and comes out again at the latter part of their age, when you're still there, you go to school and all the children are taking a look at your mom's naked body. What does that speak of you? I don't know. To whom much is given, much is also expected and required.
All right, Bidi. Thank you, George. Bidi, wrap it up. Yeah.
Melania Trump actually said he wants to express herself throughout the world, and that she has actually done in her book. You know, because we live in a society where we must obey the standard of living. Do you understand? And that has actually robbed us as individuals the opportunity to be who we want to be, who God has brought us to this world to be. I think she's just being herself and should be allowed and not to be judged. That's my own take.
Okay, that's your own take. Viewers, this is it. That's our take. Every man with his own viewpoint. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you, viewers. We've had good number of viewers with us. Thank you for taking your time to watch us, listen to we giving some updates. Raji, thank you for being there from Ghana. George from Toronto, Canada. Till we come again on Monday, between the line, BD, we really appreciate what you guys are doing. Thank you. So until we come again, viewers, have a beautiful weekend and see you. Bye-bye.
Fantastic. Thank you. Bye.
Looking for the right answers to hard and sometimes confusing global events? Look no further. SSM's team brings unique perspectives from across the globe. Our in-depth independent report